beautiful good morning to you and welcome to Trending News and Merciful Radio. It's another beautiful day in the city of Lagos. Today is Wednesday, the 3rd of March 2021. My name is Chioma Innocent and here is the news for today. Kula Suswam, the older brother to former governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswam, was yesterday murdered by yet to be identified gunmen. The deceased was the chief executive officer of Architect Group of Companies. Again, more than 50 persons were yesterday reported to have been kidnapped by armed bandits along the Tejina Mina Road in Rafi local government area of Niger State. The incident happened when the three commercial vehicles conveying passengers, including the drivers, ran into the roadblock at Kundu set up by the bandits. President Buhari on Tuesday ordered the nation's security chief to recover all areas being occupied by insurgents, bandits and kidnappers across the country. Buhari gave the order during the National Security Council meeting held at the State House in Abuja. The newly appointed service chiefs were on Tuesday confirmed by the Nigerian Senate. The confirmation followed the report by the Senate Committee on Defense submitted to the plenary. The Nigerian military in Borno State yesterday successfully recaptured Dikwa town from ISWAP fighters who had been in control of the area until Tuesday morning. President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday declared Zamfara a no-fly zone and also approved a ban on mining activities in the state until further notice over rising insecurity. National Security Advisor Major General Babagana Monguno, retired, made the disclosure to the State House correspondents at the end of the National Security Council at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Nigeria's allocation of the first batch of 3.92 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine through the COVID-19 Vaccines Global Access Facility, COVAX, landed in Abuja aboard an Emirates flight at 11:36 a.m. yesterday amid wild jubilation. Town unions in the southeast yesterday said the Igbo can feed themselves without food items from outside the region, noting that the blockade on food supplies to Igbo land by the north cannot make them shake or scamper for help. The group's national president Emeka Diwe and the secretary Gideon Adikuru stated this in a statement on Tuesday. Nigerian Labour Congress yesterday said it will embark on a nationwide protest on March 10, 2021 over moves by the National Assembly to remove the national minimum wage from the exclusive to the concurrent legislative list. The NLC President Ayuba Waba said this on Tuesday after the Emergency National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. And finally, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has recorded 479 fresh cases of coronavirus infections in 21 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The total number of recorded cases in the country since the outbreak of the virus has risen to 156,496. This has been Trending News. We move straight to the next segment, which is the Square Table featuring Olivia Ohagu, where we will be discussing the news items that we have read today. Hello, Olivia. Good morning.
Hi, Chioma. Good morning.
It's very nice to have you on the Square Table this morning. So you listened to the news, and the very first item we had is that an elder brother to the former governor of Benue State has been murdered by yet to be identified gunmen. I mean, we have been talking about insecurity since yesterday for a very long time. We're talking about insecurity in the country, but it seems there is a particular group that is being it seems no, many of these bandits are thoroughly emboldened, but we've had news several times of people related to prominent people being killed. Do you think that is a problem of association? Or how do I explain it? Maybe not a problem of association, because you can't help who your brother or your sister is. Sometimes it's friends of prominent people, sometimes even their servants.
I feel like, for a very long time,
the
North has been deprived of so many, should I say, infrastructures, and education so as well. So I know this, I always say this like often, like humans are naturally insatiable. Like humans are never satisfied. Humans want to be better. You might keep a particular set of people, you might keep them in bondage for a very long time, maybe for 1,000 years, but they'll have kids. And one thing about it,
they'll tell them
the
their
thing is that
stories.
kids always, people want to be better. So the kids now the kids of these people that have been depriving for hundreds of years have grown up now, and now they want better things. They want better life, better opportunities. I mean, this is social media. This is a global age.
How does this?
How does it come into play? It comes into like how all these things come into play is this. Like, as much as they are trying to oppress
people,
the young, like the like those that can't really do anything for them, the average citizen, normal citizens, you know, they know they have
get
to
back to them in one way or the
exactly.
other. So you're saying this year to be identified. You know, this could be a case of hired assassination.
Well, if you ask me, I don't think before I had assassin would be too scared, would be too, but now like these people now because they now know that they can get away with anything. They are not afraid. If I was to be a servant of a king, or if I was to be a pauper living in a very far, I'll be looking up to the king as a demigod. But the moment I get into the palace and I'm his personal assistant or his bodyguard, I realize that this king is not even as powerful. And he's not even a demigod. Exactly. So they are brazened now. They are now emboldened, and they know very well that those people that they are hurting. Yeah. It's just they are those people are pawns. But these are the real chess players, the people that are moving these pawns. So they have to crush the serpent, like the serpent's heel. You know, if they don't crush the heel, how will they feel it? So that's just how.
Followed closely by that is another news that about 50 people were yesterday reported to have been kidnapped in Niger State, and these were just passengers. You know, they were being conveyed in commercial buses. They were going about their normal duties, and then they were kidnapped. Still talking about insecurity in the country.
Like I said earlier, everybody, like every one of them, like is this a big cake? Everybody wants to get the slice out of the cake. You can't tell me A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, I'm making money, I'm getting away with this thing. And again, the way this Sheikh Gumi guy, Sheikh Gumi himself comes and, you know, making it look like, oh, they're not killing anybody. They might feel like they're not doing anything bad. Because, trust me, they might not even want maybe one or two persons.
I think on every ground, what they are doing is wrong.
It's
even
wrong.
If you want to back it by religions.
I'm not saying what they're doing is right.
Wise,
but I'm saying now, those things are emboldening them more. They'll be like, it'll be, oh, we're not going to kill anybody. They want to we're not stressing them, we will have to send our children, and then money comes. Everybody's trying, no matter how. Like,
no government should actually be paying money to insurgents.
The first mistake they made was you don't negotiate with terrorists. And when you negotiate with terrorists, you negotiate with them like a bait. A bait you set.
All right. So with that and with the state of insecurity in the country, President Buhari on Tuesday ordered the nation's security chiefs to recover all the areas that has been occupied by insurgents, bandits, and kidnappers all across the country. So now he's saying to the service chief, you must recover these areas. Recall that the service chiefs were changed a few months ago, less than 4 months ago. The service chiefs were changed, and now he's charging these new ones and saying to them, what your predecessors could not do, I charge you to do it. Now the only issue I have with this is you are telling them to do this. Are there machineries put in place? Are there equipment put in place? Are there human resources enough? Do we need more people in our military?
Let me tell you something here.
Do you think we need more people in our military?
No, we just need machineries. The Americans hardly even.
Well, we aren't the Americans.
But that's the way the world is. Like, they are the standard. They are what we look up to. What every country, even Russians, even small China, Israel. Like, nobody goes to fight.
China isn't small though.
But Israel is small. Okay, there was this recent fight between Armenia and I can't recall the name of the country. Those ones, Armenia defeated these people many years ago. So it emboldened them. But the recent fight, this other country, how were they able to capture Armenia, or how were they able to defeat Armenia? Via drones. War drones. Nobody have time to start. They are even risking the life of those soldiers.
Okay, so in the midst of all this, all the stories, news stories of insecurities, there is a little light in the tunnel, even though we haven't gotten to the end. That's saying that the Nigerian military yesterday in Borno State successfully recovered a region called Dikwa that has been
all regions.
ISWAP fighters have been in control of the areas.
When they recover all regions, then we can talk. You see all those things, it's just to, I don't want to explain it to you.
Okay, to make it look like they're working.
Exactly.
To make it look like they're actually doing things.
The players, like the...
Because just yesterday when they said they recovered this place in Borno State, there was kidnaps, there was killings in Nigeria.
The moment they recover
this is going
all
from
regions,
Borno to Niger to Zamfara to...
If by the time when they recover all regions, and they since those bandits they lessen and there's no more banditry, everybody feels
one of the major problems is when these bandits say they have repented and then you reintegrate them to society. Someone may repent, but there are certain sins, certain crimes that even if you repent, it still deserves punishment.
You know, they're making it look
I think nothing irks me more than the way they tailor their uniforms and
they are still emboldening the future, the upcoming ones. They are giving them more.
But we feel like, okay, we can do this and then say we repented and then they will still pay us and all of that.
And we still get away with it. That's just the way of them. These people have been deprived. This is the repercussion of not educating your kids, not, educating your region, developing that region.
I think insecurity is just a pandemic in the country, another pandemic that we've been dealing with even before the present pandemic. Now, talking about the pandemic, the COVAX vaccine is in Nigeria. We talked about this yesterday when it was arriving. Now, Nigeria's allocation of the first batch, this is 3.92 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine is in Nigeria at the moment, and many people are happy, many are jubilating, but there is also this when they heard it.
Obviously, they are going to. This is Nigeria.
You said this yesterday.
This is Nigeria when things are hard.
Why do we all say this is Nigeria when we want to attribute something negative to the country?
Because that is the way the country has been run for.
Nigeria has a negative connotation.
This is the way the country has been run for time immemorial. Like
since what we grew up to see.
Exactly, and now it's even worse. Like before it was like there was a sense of decency amongst, but now all decency has been thrown out of the window. Now it's like they don't care anymore. Before they would go through extra miles to hide their loads, hide their their acts. Like they will try to make, but now they don't even care about. To hell with us. They could do whatever. Say, that's why a defense minister can come and tell you guys should defend yourself. From a defense minister, are you supposed to be saying that?
Bandits that are coming.
What are you doing there? What's your job?
Guns and all of that.
A minister. So now they don't even care. Like they will hold it, and they will tell us to get lost.
We are happy that the COVID vaccine is in Nigeria. We're going to have to deal with a lot of issues. People that think they don't want to take this vaccine. There are many people that don't want to take it, and then people that want to take it, will it be available to them? Hopefully, they don't just distribute it to the rich and famous. First of all,
the rich are going to pay for it. The rich, even if they hold it, the rich have 1 million to say I want this thing and I want it. The poor that don't have anything, they won't even see it.
Apart from that, we have 3.92 million doses. In Lagos alone, we have about 20 million people.
So you see, sorry, they are definitely going to hold this money. We have like 3.92 million.
The vaccine will service less than 5% of the population.
3.92 million is for the rich. Let's say
this batch is for the
governors, the governor's cousins and his brothers, the senator, his cousins, his family, is like that. So it's for this 3.3 for the airlines.
There are so many issues we are dealing with in Nigeria. One of which is now the not stopped food supply to the west, to the east, to the southwest, to the east and to other places. And some town unions in the southeast yesterday said that the Igbos, left for the Igbos, they can feed themselves without any food items from the north.
And they can, because mostly what we have our yams. We eat rice. We have our local rice. Like the Igbos have yam, they have local rice. They eat less of tomatoes.
Most of our food stuff. Like right now, we could talk about the Igbos, but they are in the east now. Where we're talking from, Mesfru Radio is located in the west. Now, as at yesterday, 4 pieces of tomatoes were going for 100 naira. 4. We've experienced this before.
Yes.
Even during the pandemic, things were like cost of food was really, really high. It's so crazy that there are so many things that we have gone through in this country. Remember when there was Ebola? you know, and then we were in a pandemic and our government was still hoarding food. There's just so much we need to deal with. So I don't want to say
we'll be fine. We've always everybody will be fine. Even the south, the north there, the northerners, they don't have anything to do because it's food bracket there. You know, because
they do. I read on the news yesterday a bag of onions that used to go for like 35,000 in the north is now 7,000 over there. So they're actually losing.
You see, if you're on a siege, like if your enemies, if you're under siege, your enemies are around you. The most important thing to you is food and water
to survive.
So they will survive
for your life.
Yes, but we here, I don't know how.
Wait, but one issue is this. It has made them have abundance of food. The food is actually going bad, and they have to sell it at giveaway prices. So they're actually losing.
You know how people are very skilled when it comes to emergency. What do you call that thing? Is it food refrigerating or food preservation? You'll be surprised at how individuals in the household will come up with awesome skills to make sure, because everybody wants, if people even want to buy food, I'll probably serve them for next 2 years. People are that miserly, people are that, should I say calculative, or people are that's the state of the nation presently right now. But we in the south here, I don't know, maybe we live binge on meat pie, fish, you know.
You want to see the meat to put in the meat pie?
No, not meat pie, like fish pie. Like yesterday my mom made this awesome, you know, and I mean,
shout out to her. Well, this is the Square Table, guys. My name is Chioma Innocent, and I am here with Olivia Ohago. We have been discussing the state of the nation. We basically have been discussing today's news headlines. We've been talking about insecurity. We've been having a political discourse. And when we are on the Square Table, you can join us to give your opinions. And the number to call is 0810-681-5875. 0810-681-5875. Dial this number. You will be able to reach us in the studio and give your opinions in real time. Finally, let's talk about two things. The Nigerian Labour Congress wants to go on strike.
They should go on. You know, let's just set this whole nation on fire.
What? Set our nation on fire? Where
no,
we run to?
I feel like if everybody is on strike here, maybe the government, maybe that whatever it is that is lost, will probably reconnect, because I feel like right now they're out of touch.
That's how you feel. I don't want fire. I want rain. Well, the numbers of infections in the country are increasing. There are many people that are still arguing, oh, there's no corona in Nigeria. There are many people that are still arguing these figures are being padded. But as at this morning, the NCDC has confirmed 479 fresh cases of COVID in 21 states, including the FCT. So we've recorded over 156,000 cases since this began. How do you think Nigeria has been able to handle the pandemic since it's been a year? Do you realize, like, this whole thing started not like it started in March last year, but it came to Nigeria in March last year. Look, our country went into a lockdown in March last year. We went on a month's lockdown. It got extended. We had shortage of food, you know, there was boredom and a whole lot of that. So 1 year on, this is just like an exclusive discussion on the Square Table today, but 1 year on, coronavirus versus Nigeria, who's winning? Who do you think is winning? Is winning?
Yeah.
But we haven't recorded so much deaths as many other countries.
We have not recorded so much death, but you know the way Nigerians, like the way we are. What about the I'm talking about in the number of cases recorded, number of deaths recorded. Do you think we are winning? There'll be a case of, I'm not going to go with their statistics. I'm going to talk about the ones that we don't know. For every death, for every recorded death, they are like there's a 10 more. There are 10 more.
So we know the virus is in town.
Yes.
We know it is spreading.
Yeah.
Now, with all the cases, the cases that there have even been people that recovered.
I feel like they could have still done better. They could do better. Okay, last 2 weeks I had a COVID scare. I had a COVID scare last week. I couldn't even.
Did you go for a test?
Because I was placing calls to like the NCDC thing, and it wasn't even going through. It was busy.
Okay, so
people that have been traveling said they don't even in Ghana. As soon as I get into Ghana, you are tested for COVID.
You feel we've been lackadaisical with our
They have been lackadaisical.
So why do you think we have? If Nigerians have been too, I mean,
Nigerians have
people are still being arrested at clubs. that they shouldn't be going to.
I'm talking about the infrastructures, like what. But
even with the infrastructure that I feel we do not have, we still have less deaths than many. Do you know there are countries that millions of people have died.
For every recorded death, there are 10 more. There are 10 people. Yeah, that is the way it is.
Well, the NCDC has been able to do their best in updating us. They update us regularly. The only problem now is getting through to them. So hopefully they will do better. This has been a wonderful time. Thank you very much, Olivia, for being with us today, for being my co-host on the Square Table. We'll join us again tomorrow for trending news and the Square Table on Merciful Radio. Please stay tuned. More entertaining, educative and entertaining programs coming your way on Merciful Radio. My name is Chioma Innocent.